The number one strategy to getting the life that you want is to not give up. It's to stay in the game, and not just stay in the game, but play the game better than anybody else out there. Learn about your craft. Immerse yourself in your craft. There's a big difference between participating in an activity and really just wanting to know how everything works, wanting to master it, because you take a great pride in what you do. You honor your work. How many of you guys can say that you honor your craft? And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. But when you do something, you do it to the best of your ability because your name is attached to it. When your name is attached to something, you give it 120%. 120%. I'm going to make sure this client is blown away by the level of service that we offer. Something goes wrong with a parcel that you are sending somebody, you personally take it upon yourself to correct it. Even if you have to drive 2 hours to deliver that parcel yourself to the customer. If it's your business and your name is attached to it, you take it seriously. So many people nowadays quit so easily, and it's because there's no attachment to the work that they do. They don't see it as a sacred thing. They're huffing and puffing. I don't want to have to do this. And they switch from one thing to the next. They dabble around for a while, then quit something, do something else, dabble around with that for a while, quit, do something else. And the cycle just continues to repeat itself again and again and again. You cannot be a man who doesn't have a time limit on his success. He will do it until, as the late great Jim Rohn used to say, until he gets the outcome. And then he will continue because he's not chasing a destination. What is important to him is the man he's becoming in the process. It's not the destination that matters. So many of us were fixated on the destination. If I can just get to 10K a month, if I can just get to 10,000 subscribers, then I'm good. If you do that, which by the way, you'll struggle to do that with goals like this. You'll struggle to hit them because your sole purpose is just to get that goal. There's nothing else really pushing you. How many of us have set goals before like this? Let's be honest, guys. 10K a month, 10K a month. How many of you have achieved that? So it's not good just to set that goal and think, okay, well, I've set the goal, I'm all good. No, if you become process-driven, the outcome will take care of itself. If you become outcome-driven, you will quit because you will count the cost of the work. Everything that you do, you'll be like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. It's too much. Why don't I have to do that? And the enthusiasm won't be there, and you'll be moaning and groaning, and your attitude is shit. And as they say, your attitude determines your altitude. How far you inevitably go is determined by your attitude. So if you stay in the game and you perform to the best of your ability, remember, it's not just about staying in the game. There's that saying of, what's that very popular saying? It's, if you just show up. No. Showing up is not enough. You got to show up and perform. The marketplace is ruthless. It rewards performers. So if you're not performing, review what the hell you're doing, see what's working, what's not working, and make some changes. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, it's not working. Okay, well, do something about it. This is why I always advocate every single week reviewing your performance with yourself. Have a one-to-one with you. Book it in every Sunday. I'm having a one-to-one with me. I need to know what the hell's going on. You can't just be wandering around expecting to succeed. No. You got to be deliberate and intentional. Have a plan. If you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. You know, as David Goggins says, it's so easy to win nowadays because most people are average in their effort, average in their determination, just average. And the majority will quit. This is why you should never worry about the competition, because the majority will quit. The majority of people start but don't complete. They talk but they don't walk the talk. They are what Alex Hormozy calls wantrepreneurs. People that like the idea of being their own CEO and for a company, and I run my own stuff. They like the idea of that. But they're not willing to pay the price, the late hours, the early mornings, the thousands of cold calls. You know, they get rejected 2 or 3 times. They're like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. It's painful. And they give up just like that. And they get a safe job in the city. And there we go. And I say safe because you see all these layoffs happening globally. You're not as safe as you think you are. So if you stay in the game, you work as hard as you possibly can, as productively as you possibly can, so hard and smart, with the right attitude. That's also very, very important. And you don't have a time limit on your success, meaning you tell yourself, I'm going to do this until. Not, oh, I'm going to give it 6 months, and if it doesn't, well, but with that mindset, you might as well just quit now. If you're only going to give yourself 6 months to build your dream life, come on. If you have the audacity to want this to be the rest of your life, give yourself more than 6 months. Come on. 6 months. A woman's pregnant for 9 months, and you want to build a dream life in 6? Where you're making 10 or 20,000 a month, you've got your own this, your penthouse, you're traveling around. It's going to take more time. So develop a better relationship with time. It's okay that it takes a little bit longer than you think. Because remember, it's the character development. You need to develop. You can't go from being completely inexperienced as an entrepreneur to leading a 9-figure company in 6 months. You need to actually develop the skill sets necessary to talk to people, to network, to lead teams, to speak to investors, to deliver things on time. There's so many skill sets you need to develop, so you got to give yourself more time than that. But if you don't have a time limit, if you tell yourself, I'm going to do this because this is what I want for my life. And in the meantime, you make sure that you're not struggling financially. You've got a job, a good job that pays you the bills, or pays the bills, shall I say. And you use your 5 to 9, as I've spoken about before. The 5 to 9 is the golden time. Keep your 9 to 5. Get really good at your 9 to 5. But the 5 to 9, you better not lay off the dream. You can't be working harder for a company than you do on your own dreams. So do everything you got to do to take care of your immediate bills, but then go out there and ensure that you honor your craft and you don't let yourself down. Do not quit, because quitting becomes a habit. You quit this, you'll quit that, you'll quit everything that you touch. Give yourself the time necessary to succeed. Okay, you can't be dabbling. We have a trial mentality, so many of us now. I'm going to try this out, try this out, try this out. No, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to perform. Okay, I want this to be my life. So do not quit. The number one way to get in the life that you want is to not quit, is to stay in the game. Be the best that you can be. Master your craft. Honor your craft. Let me know what you think, guys, down below. Leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Catch you guys in the next video.